Wayzata High School for a great volleyball matchup here tonight. Not only two of the best teams in the northwest suburbs, but in the whole state of Minnesota. Third-ranked Champlin Park taking on #1 and undefeated Wayzata. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Andy Gugasberg, and fair to say we've had this one circled on the schedule, as have these two. Doesn't need any extra hype. The match itself is good enough.
Absolutely true. Two of the top three teams, and a loss in the semifinals to Egan is the only reason this isn't 1v2. Watching these two teams play half a dozen times each, this is going to be a battle.
Champlin Park, 3 losses on the year, one of them to Wayzata earlier in the tournament, but they are one of the teams that has taken a set off the Trojans this year. They have hope.
They absolutely do. The way the Trojans are playing is some of the best volleyball I've seen at the high school level in a very long time. However, Champlin Park knows the keys, knows what can be picked on with this Wayzata team. And with John Yunker calling serves and his team ready to go, they've had this one circled. They've been planning for a while. This will be a big one.
Wayzata's had a couple of injuries, but boy, their depth is really showing up. I mean, there's just a lot to like about what they've done. To me, it feels like the only worry might be, do you peak too early before playoffs?
Yeah, absolutely. I was able to watch these guys play in Apple Valley this past weekend, and the match they put together on Friday night against one of the top 3 teams in 3A was one of the most flawless matches I've ever seen at any level. You're right, they could peak too early. There's not much room to grow there. They might need to add a wrinkle. They might need to add something different to keep these kids engaged the rest of the way.
Let's take a look at key players in this one. They're going to be future college teammates, and starting with the junior outstanding player for the Rebels in Carly Gilk.
Yeah, Gilk is going to be a great gopher. Carly does everything. They've adjusted the way their team sets up. They're not in a traditional 5-1. It's more of a modified, so they can get Gilk passing more often. Sometimes she hits on the left. A lot of times she hits on the right, and she's just as lethal out of the back row.
And for Wayzata, a star-studded crew. We're going to talk about their setter, Stella Swenson, and as Coach Yunker from the Rebels said, even when we serve tough, she gets them back into their offense no matter what.
Yeah, there is no out-of-system ball if Stella's on the floor to set it. She can run middle from anywhere. She's able to reverse flow better than any setter I've seen, not just in the state of Minnesota, but in the country over the last couple of years. She can do it all, and when she gets that competitive gene going, look out, because she'll take her team on her back if she needs to.
Well, everybody on both these teams has in the back of their mind that they're very likely going to meet again in section play. Does that change how they approach tonight?
You know, I know both coaches well. I don't think it affects the players very much, but if I'm John Yunker, I'm going to hold on to a couple secrets and not pull them out until the section final, which is what he did last year. He knew some things ahead of time, a couple pieces they're going to take at him in section time. You don't want to show your hand too early in a matchup like this.
Two great teams, volleyball that's as good as it gets in Minnesota, the Rebels and the Trojans. It's on the way next here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
And welcome back to Wayzata. As you might expect, a pretty good crowd on hand, and including student sections opposing each other on the opposite end. I think it always adds to the atmosphere for the kids when they get to play before a loud crowd that appreciates good volleyball too.
Absolutely, and with the addition of boys volleyball over the last couple of years, it seems like the student sections are getting more educated as well. Instead of just yelling random stuff, they actually talk about volleyball now, which as a volleyball nerd, I really enjoy seeing.
These teams have been in some of the same tournaments this year, of course, too. As we said, they did play earlier in the Southwest Minnesota Challenge in Marshall, and as Andy mentioned, they could have met in the final of the tournament at Apple Valley over the weekend, but Champlin Park was defeated by Egan, then bounced back to win 3rd place, and Wayzata beat Egan. You see Each team had a bum set in that. I was talking to Coach Junker. He said, well, that first meeting, we had one really good set that they just didn't play well, and then vice versa, and then the third one was 15-12.
Yeah, and that's actually how this match went last year as well. John and I were talking about it beforehand. I believe it was Wayzata blew them out in set one last year, and then Champlin Park came back and blew out Wayzata in set two, and then we had two really good sets of volleyball to finish it off. Here we get a look at Coach Junker. 13th year man, just the fact that he's back here, it wasn't that long ago. He had some real big health issues over the winter back here with his squad. He's one of the names that's brought up in high regard throughout the entire state. Another man in that same breath, Scott Jackson, 25 years here at Wayzata, and as you look behind him, you can't see it from the angle we're at right now, they hung the banner of 19, 21, 22, the three official state titles. They also, in my opinion, would have won it in 20 had we not been COVID shortened, and they are beyond the odds-on favorite to win it again this year.
I love how both these coaches want to win badly, but at the same time they really take everything in stride. They're good friends. They have, they're interested to see how their teams play. They're not that worried about the W or the L. They just want to see growth and how they match up and what they can glean for a possible third matchup later.
Or fourth. I believe they do have one more tournament that they could run into each other at as well. You know, I had a really good conversation with Hall of Fame coach Franz Bolter, who's assisting at Northfield this year, and he said when you get in these type of matchups, wins and losses are at minimum secondary. You want to make sure you leave the gym better than you walked in. As we take a look at the starters, I'll hand it over to you, Jay.
On the left side, Champlin Park's group, and on the right, Wayzata. We mentioned injuries of Wayzata. They lost captain Gabby Fish early on in the season to an ACL, but then more recently, Chloe Lackas turned an ankle. And what do? You turn to the youngest Swenson to come into the lineup, Eva, and she's done the job.
Yeah, and Eva Swenson, the opposite, they're in order as they're doing the national anthem, and Eva's the tallest of the three of them out there. Maybe it's the shoes.
Ava Bolter serving for Champlin Park, and we are underway here in the first set. And a rare mix-up there as a Kelsenberg didn't get the set she was expecting from Stella Swenson, and it's 1-0 Rebels.
Yeah, Kelsenberg lethal on the slide. That front one has some hit and miss to it.
And Bolter will deliver an ace serve there, and it's 2-0. Coach Junker was saying his team, they always do preach being very aggressive, but he said some of the recent tournament stuff, they maybe been missing a few more serves than what is ideal. You have to find that happy medium to how aggressive versus making sure you're getting the ball in. This time works out a little bit better. Swenson to Kelsenberg.
Yeah, they go to Kelsenberg in the middle there because Axness in this rotation sets and blocks from the middle. The one-on-one Kelsenberg with a significant advantage.
Eva Swenson, the sophomore, to serve. The Swenson volleyball dynasty was earlier at Hopkins, and now the last few at Wayzata. Gilk too long with that one. Come outside again to Gilk, and that one was played by Nister, the libero, that on a ball that, from my vantage point, I'm thinking might have been out.
Yeah, we'll take another look at the whole point here. It's a really nice pass, gets Axness on the run. Gilk goes up. She's going cross. Nister kind of snuck into the court, lost where she was. I'm with you, Jay. That ball might have been going out of bounds.
Lily Reese to serve for Champlin Park. They lead it 3-2 early here in set one. Kelsenberg, a strong swing. Schmidt digs it up. Down the line, but wide. Was there a touch on it? No.
The line judge had a touch. Our R1 did not. We'll take a look here.
Didn't look like it, I don't think. And now so Avery Jesuits, another talented senior. They just got size galore and talent galore on this Wayzata team. Dug up there by Hainlin. And then it's hammered home by Olivia Swenson for Wayzata, and they go in front 4-3.
Yeah, big cross-court swing, a lot of opportunity there for her to swing to score. She goes around the block and in front of Erickson.
Overpass there, and Kelsenberg calmly puts it away. Trojans by 2.
A good net presence there by the junior.
Gilk gets a swing there and is able to find some space in the corner.
The substitution pattern here for the Rebels, quite interesting. They bring in Melissa Schmidt for one rotation so she can set and Axness can swing, and then she gets pulled back out, and Inman, I believe, is in now.
Axness the serve here. Swenson coming out to Kelsenberg on the slide, ran into the stand. And then too long. Gilk might be a little overeager here tonight.
She's going to have to get her body back behind the ball. You're absolutely right, Jay. She's eager. She's under the ball. She's swinging through it too deep.
Axness will come right back to Gilk and puts that one away. Stella Swenson kind of caught in between there.
A good angle there from Gilk.
Trojans by 6. Gilk to serve here. And it's a good one. But Stella Swenson will swing away and miss long.
Fluid arm swing from that setter. She does a really good job at just about everything she touches. There we had an out-of-system ball she got an opportunity to swing at and just missed.
Olivia Swenson a swing there, dug up by Erickson. And then this one put away for the Rebels by Adler.
Yeah, lefty middle's hard to figure out, and Kurth, I think, overruns it, knowing she's not going to swing on that right hand, overruns her left, and Adler cuts it back across.
Champlin Park back in front now at 7-6. Gilk using the tape with that one. Jesuits just got to it. And that one off the block. Great hustle low by Axness, and then a misfire there by Bolter. Tried to do a little too much with a tough ball there.
Out of system hitting error there from the Rebels.
Stella Swenson to serve here for Wayzata. And that one sprayed too long by Adler. Rebels some rather unforced errors in the early going here. In some ways they're fortunate to be within a point, I think. This time tips. Mister gets there. Jesuits. Come to Gilk and able to put that one away as Swenson, Stella Swenson that is, couldn't pick it up.
Yeah, good heat out of the back row, out of system ball, bump set from Erickson to Gilk, and she hits the 1-6 seam well. In this rotation, watch the Trojans run Swenson on a 2-ball.
Erickson the serve. Olivia Swenson, a big swing. Erickson dug it up, but they're not going to be able to get it over.
Good, healthy unload from Olivia Swenson in the right front. She comes in to hit that 2-ball and cuts it back at Erickson, who gets it up, but because of the range that Swenson hits with, Axness not able to get to it.
And block thrown up there by Kurth. Big swing from Lily Reese.
Kurth and Jesuits clamped on it.
That's the one thing that Champlin Park and most teams just can't match is the overall size Wayzata has. And that one is put away, though, by Bolter.
There you see Eva and Stella chatting with each other about where the hole was. I think Eva overran it a little bit. Kurth not able to close to her. And Stella tells him there's about a good 2 feet in between them. They need to close that block.
That'll be a little interesting dynamic when you've got 3 sisters out there together. 2 of them are seniors and then the younger one. I mean, I'm sure there's a little bit of coaching going on between the older girls and Eva. Bolter. And an overpass here. Stella Swenson able to dig it up, though, and gives Jesuits a swing. Axness will come out to Bolter. Oops, that pass way off, and Jesuits couldn't do anything with it with the left hand as Nister maybe trying to be a little too fine setting that ball.
Your little libero taking that second ball, get it a 5x5, give your hitter a chance to come through and hit it.
Lily Holine to serve here for Champlin Park. And that one into the tape there from Kurth.
Good rhythm on that set. Kurth needs to swing a little bit earlier. Swenson might need to get it just a smidge higher.
Goes short with this serve here. Swenson trying to rescue that one, but back row attack.
Service pressure from the Rebels right now really doing some damage to the Trojan offense. How many times, Jay?
It feels automatic when you whole line into the net with that one. So 1 point lead for Champlin Park as Bianca Nister, one of the captains, libero for Wayzata. And plenty of room there as Lily Reese on the slide. Wayzata really got sucked into the middle.
Yeah, good decision there to jump set and reverse flow there. Reese has all the room she needs between her and the antenna. Rebels up by 2. Well, cameraman about to get told he's got to move. A lot of media here, Jay. It's not just us.
Bolter waiting the go-ahead here. Kelsenberg tipping at it, blocked. Now Axness back into position. Kelsenberg a block. Gilk had to reach for that one with her offhand, the right hand. Now Jesuits, sharp cross-court cut. Erickson digs it. Oops, that went off the ceiling, but they recovered. And too long for Kelsenberg. The long point goes the Rebels' way.
Take a look at the end of this one here. Jesuits cross-court, big swing, dug up. That goes off the ceiling and eventually played over by Axness. I think the Trojans trying to take too much advantage of that small block in the middle.
Jesuits, nice hang time there. The timing certainly wasn't perfect, but still able to get a good ball.
Yeah, there they finally go over the taller block, off speed into the coffin corner down the line.
Eva Swenson serving. Nister trying to give it to Jesuits. Just had to put that one in play. And then off the block as Lily Reese will get the kill here for Champlin Park. They are up by 3 here and looking pretty good in this first set. Trying to hand Wayzata its first loss here of the season.
Now here's that rotation where Schmidt will set. This is one of those wrinkles we were talking about in the pregame.
Out for Kelsenberg. Ooh, Rebels whole line just getting there. Jesuits a swing. And let's see, that one they had to fight off the ceiling. That's going to be a net violation. lot of room here in this gym. However, the ceiling and the things hanging from it, not particularly high. So that's something you got to factor in.
Yeah, it becomes a part of about 3 points a set, I feel like, in all the matches we've covered here over the years.
Oh, Champlin Park out of rotation.
This might be a replay. This is not a traditional rotation. Communication is where things are. We could see the 2 thumbs up here. Yep.
Yep, I'm going to replay that point.
As I talked about earlier, this is the rotation where Schmidt is not in the typical opposite position. Where she is, she's completely legal. It throws a lot of people off, including our R2 here, one of the best.
Gilka to run that one down, then Wayzata scrambles. They will get it over. Now it's Axness getting a chance to swing.
It's a really funky angle way outside the antenna that set came. Axness able to cut it around. She'll go serve. Take a look at the end of this one. Wide set, she cuts it and it went in between the blockers as well. Almost impossible to defend that shot.
Ooh, tough serve there from Axness. Now Kelsenberg on the slide. They'll dig it out of the ceiling. Swenson to Swenson here. Rebels scramble, and then Gilk able to tip it over.
Jackson, going to call a timeout here. That's a great point for the Rebels. Scott Jackson feeling the momentum swinging. Going to slow things down here and talk things over with his Trojan squad. Great effort. The most impressive part of that point to me was when the ball got dug into the ceiling and came shooting down. We may get to watch most of it here. We'll catch the end as Axness goes over Olivia Swenson behind the libero there. And what was really impressive to me, that ball shot into the ceiling and Axness was able to get her hands on it and set it clean. That's a tough skill to get done.
And Trojan, that's the thing, you kind of mentally relax, and then all of a sudden the ball's changing directions on you. It's not really part of your mental flow of a ball, and playing it off the ceiling is something you have to really concentrate on.
Yeah, this is a different kind of timeout for Wayzata. They haven't had many of these this year, trailing 13-17. They've lost a couple sets, but one to Lakeville South, one to Champlin Park. I think, is that it? That might be their only 2.
Buffalo.
Buffalo. Oh, they lost one to Buffalo as well. Okay.
Axness, a good tough serve there. Now it's Wayzata's turn to have to play it off that curtain a little bit. Gill firing away. Ooh, just long. Not a bad idea at all. Just didn't quite hit the line.
Yeah, she saw some defenders moving in. Hanlon kind of cutting to her right. That space was open.
Kelsenberg the serve. And the tip there, a diving effort by Hanlon. Axness, good hands on that ball. Now Gilk tipping, but there's Stella Swenson. And Olivia Swenson misses cross court. So the lead 4 again for Champlin Park, and Wayzata, I don't want to say frustrated, but they're looking around a little bit like this doesn't usually happen to us.
Swenson's going to score this point. Either Stella's going to dump it or Olivia's going to hit it through the floor.
Oh, maybe not.
Wow.
They throw the block up on Olivia Swenson.
Really nice block there. Was that Reese and
Adler, I think. Yeah.
Oh, Adler and Hayter Harrelson.
Yeah. 5-point Champlin Park lead, trying to take the early one-set advantage. And a misfire there by Hayter Harrelson, which they have not had nearly as many of those as the set has gone on. Part of the reason they've been able to outscore Wayzata.
Junker explaining that that's a ball we probably want to push to the outside.
Float serve here, Stella Swenson. Gilk, too long.
Yeah, when they lead Gilk out of the back row in front of the 10-foot line, she's pretty good. The time she's missing, they're setting it too far off the net. She's reaching behind herself.
Here's Adler. Stella Swenson, though, gets under it. And Olivia, that one looked a little awkward, trying to roll shot there.
Here comes the 2-ball with a slide and a go.
Erickson to serve here for Champlin Park as they have a 4-point lead.
Oh. Interesting.
Olivia Swenson had to run that one down. 3-ball chance here for the Rebels. Gilk tipping. And Olivia Swenson, nice dig by Axness, got it over. And then into the tape from Kurth. And Champlin Park will pull out a tough point.
It's the first time, and like I said, I've covered this team 6 different times. That's the first time Swenson hasn't hit the 2-ball. And now they're going to switch the entire serve-receive look, putting Olivia on the outside here.
And there's a dump from Stella Swenson.
Really nice deceptive move, moving Olivia around, making people think that we're going to put her in a better position. Block had already left. Stella dumps it over to an open court.
And that one off hands, and Champlin Park continues to, at worst, trade points. So they're maintaining this lead now at 5. O-line to serve here for CP. Another dump, and Erickson got to it. Jesuit sending this one over. Here's Gilk. Off the ceiling and then off that curtain. They do get it over. And just long there from Bolter.
Good long rally, great heads-up, calm play from the Trojans as 2 balls back-to-back into the ceiling. Played over and eventually leads to an attack error from the Rebels.
Nister to serve here. Team down 4, but they don't have much margin for error anymore to have any points get away from them. And that one scored on the slide by Reese.
Great location on that set. Tempo was there. Jesuits gets a great touch. Can't feel it as it comes off her hand, and it falls to her left.
Swenson to Kelsenberg. Able to score it, but they're still down 4.
The DJ booth is a new addition here. I don't believe I've been here when they've had a DJ for a volleyball match.
Yeah, I've seen it at basketball a couple times, but. And there's a service error, and now a set point chance for Champlin Park.
And they got a half a dozen of them here. They don't even need to convert this one.
Reese to serve. Kelsenberg fires away, and Wayzata stays alive here in the set anyway, 24-20. Jesuits to serve for the Trojans. Here's Gilk, missed it down the line.
John Junker want to let him get one more? Does he want to take a timeout and calm things down? No, he's going to sit on this one, see how Jesuit serves.
Back to Gilk, and this time we'll get it done. Wiping it off the block, and Champlin Park here on the road. A good first set as they defeat Wayzata 25-21. They look calm doing it, too.
Yeah, everything pretty clean on Champlin Park's side. Wayzata started it off pretty calm, but then that lead grew to 4 or 5 points. And you noticed it, Jay, little bit of tension on the side of the Trojans as we see John Yunker here talking with his all-star Gilk.
So it's one set in the books. It's Champlin Park leading it now 1-0 as they're fired up after winning that first set 25-21. We'll be right back. Champlin Park coming up big in the first set. The third-ranked Rebels beat the #1 Trojans in that first 25-21, and not panic time or anything like that, but Wayzata has gotten an early notice that they are in for a battle here tonight. Not that they expected
right.
otherwise.
Right, yeah. The crowd, the intensity, I mean, both these coaches and all of these players, and to be honest with you, the parents as well, had this match circled from the beginning of the year.
Nister to serve. And a misfire there by Lily Reese to start it out. But that was one thing that kind of struck me is Champlin Park didn't look like too overhyped or you know, too intense for the moment or whatever, that they just kind of played their normal game.
Yeah, Gil came out a little tight to start, but she settled in pretty quickly.
And Gilk down the line, that one was out. Yeah, actually, surprisingly enough, one of their best players, Carly Gilk, probably had more errors than she would normally have, and they still got a 4-point win.
Great camera work, yes. Swenson on that line, barely out of bounds.
And off that curtain, but Axness gets it over. Outside to Jesuits. Gilk had a block there, and then Kelsenberg pushing it over. Gilk will tip here, but Nister is there. Olivia Swenson a big swing, but Bolter able to dig it up. Good hands there on that ball off the tape for Jesuits. They're going to come out to Avery Jesuits here, but Erickson is ready. Gilk trying to use that block, and then good hands on the recovery there. Long point. And it is out. Champlin Park will take the point.
Earned that one. That was a long rally, good defensive effort, block coverage, defensive greatness, shot selection. Had a little bit of everything there.
Reese serving here for the Rebels. Kelsenberg on a great set from Stella Swenson.
Kelsenberg one-on-one here. We'll take a look at it. And, yeah, that's over before it starts. She's so fast in the air.
And not cleanly handled there by the Rebels. Kelsenberg's one of those players that you kind of get lost in the shuffle with so much star power around you, but she's become a very effective player for them.
Absolutely.
And Erickson unable to make a good pass out of that one, and so far it's all Wayzata in the second set.
Good service pressure from Swenson here.
And that one's too long.
Did it again, Jay. Did it again.
So Axness will serve here for Champlin Park. The job for them in set 2 is to be just as hungry as you were in the set.
Right.
Don't be satisfied at all with winning one. Outside to Kelsenberg. Rebels scramble and able to recover it. And Gilk scores the kill as Kelsenberg had it glance off her right hand.
Yeah, here we see the service zone. He's given her zone 3. I believe in their system means it's the third gap, and it is inside the zone 6-5 seam.
Oh, Olivia Swenson tripped over the line there a little bit coming in.
Yeah, it used to be a 6-zone serve here, and I think John Junker's doing what a lot of teams are doing. There's 4 seams, one on the right sideline, one in between the right and middle and left sideline. That was a zone 3 serve. And now they go 3 with a little shortness to it.
Kelsenberg with the kill. That previous point, the good news is that you can laugh about it, that it didn't result in an injury. Because obviously they got a little tangled, and Olivia Swenson covering her face a little bit after tripping her way to that ball. But that's the good part, is no injury, especially for a player who missed a whole season with an injury.
Mm-hmm.
Out to Olivia here, but that one into the tape. So Wayzata had a 5-1 lead, now up just 6-5 as Carly Gilk will serve here for Champlin Park, and a little moisture on the court here.
A good defensive effort on the coverage. I think we had a couple bodies on the floor, and Olivia noticed that wasn't quite gripping well.
I think they were expecting a big crowd. It's pretty cool in here. I see Scott Jackson put a jacket on between the first and second set. Cross to Olivia here. And she'll get a swing and misfired. Trying to really cut it sharp. Went off the net, and I thought it still might have a chance, but it's out. So the Rebels have battled back from a slow start and even it up at 6. And a service error by Gilk. Kelsenberg to serve here for Wayzata. Their team now up 7-6. And she returns the favor. That one didn't look good right from her start of her approach a little bit.
Yeah, toss wasn't quite where she wanted it. Had a hiccup with what her third and fourth step did. That had error written on it before it touched her hand.
So Erickson to serve now for Champlin Park. Off the block there, Rebels stick with it. Now Bolter trying to tip, but denied by Kurth.
Yeah, that's a little tight. She tried to tip it over the block, but we've talked about Wayzata's size multiple times, and it's a factor there.
Stella Swenson to serve. And there's another block thrown up by the Trojans with Kurth.
Kurth going to get the lion's share of that one as well. Haven't called her name offensively yet, but she's been a part of some nice stuff blocks and a bunch of good slowdowns.
Lily Reese to the outside. Stella Swenson able to dig it up. Now Olivia Swenson. Erickson gets underneath that ball. And then Gilk pounds it home.
That's a new shot. It's the first time I've seen her bring that back across the middle of the court. She hit that one into the 5-6 seam. Normally she hits it where her body takes her. She figures out that shot with consistency. She's going to have a whole nother group of swings she can have.
Holine to serve here. Back out to Olivia Swenson and able to get it done. An effort there by Holine, but couldn't dig it up.
They stack it over there, so this is the rotation that they had trouble in last time. They hit that high ball, Goes good touch off the block from Axness. Whole line not able to be there.
Down the line and good for Reese.
Erickson is quietly leading this team. She's taking about 60 to 70% of the court on serve receive, digs a lot of balls, and is super vocal.
And that one is airmailed way too long by Bolter.
Well, something for the DJ booth.
Bianca Nister to serve now for Wayzata. Trojans up by 2 here in the second set after Champlin Park won the first. Axness coming across to Gilk, and again, she's had a kind of a rocky evening, to be honest. He's had some good points, but then definitely is maybe trying a little too hard.
Yeah, I think both of the big outside hitters, both her and Olivia Swenson, not playing the cleanest I've seen them play, still doing some really cool things, but
Ava Swenson, that one blocked. Now Jesuits a swing. And, Swenson.
Little too anxious.
Coming over. So Reese to serve with the Rebels down by 2. Set it for Gilk. Stella Swenson gets under that ball just barely. Here's Axness. Jesuits off the block and good. 3-point Wayzata lead.
End of a long rally. Jesuits a little out of system, hitting that ball on the way down. Block isn't ready for it. Good swing, good kill for the senior.
Eva Swenson serving now for the Trojans. And Gilk that time trying to tip, and another misfire.
Gilk looking right at Melissa Schmidt there. It's fine, I got it, we're okay.
Elzenberg up for the block there. Gilk this time off the blockers. Here's Jesuits, and that ball's good.
John Junker's seen enough. He'll call a timeout, trailing by 5 here in set 2. We'll take a look at this point here. Outside set, Adler has to pay attention to Stella Swenson late to the block, and that finds the coffin corner. It's indefensible hitting balls in that space. Block does what they can, and it's still going to score. That time she just went over it. We'll take a look here again. There you see the freeze from Adler, late block. Jesuits, good footwork, good location, and Stella, as per usual, puts the ball up on a tee. Jersey out tonight for the Trojans. On the other side, it looks like a luau theme for the Rebels, and we talked about it beforehand. I remember you and I did I think it was a section final game here, and the student section was in our lap basically, and got real excited and knocked into us quite a few times. I like them on the end lines here, Jay. That works out way better for you and I.
And also Grandma and Grandpa watching in the stands, who can see a lot better when that happens as well.
Yeah, they were right over here. I remember them bumping right into you right over here, Jay. That was I mean, every time we've been here, we've been treated to some really good volleyball over the last 10 to 12 years.
And treated well in general. We love
absolutely,
coming to Wayzata.
absolutely.
They're always great to us here. Swenson the serve, Eva Swenson that is. Again, Erickson handling the serve well, and I like your point about Erickson. She's just been a calming influence for them, making the right play almost every time.
Yeah, the sophomore, Eva Swenson, kind of giggling there like, I didn't know what I was supposed to do with that one. Coming in pretty fast.
Lead is cut to 4. Here's Axness to serve. Elzenberg blocked it out.
the trust needed to run the slide at that tempo, that ball never got above the height of the antenna, and Kelsenberg hit it at about 9.8. There's no chance for the block or the floor defense on that. She's not quite hitting 1,000 on the slide, but it's close.
That serve's going to be out from Jesuits. So back to a 4-point lead here for Wayzata's. Carly Gilk to serve now for Champlin Park. Long run for Stella to get there, and Olivia Swenson into the net.
Rebels within 3 here. That's a high set. Olivia went a little early. Just got to be on time. Twin communication there.
And that'll be an ace for Gilk as Henlon, a little bit of a indecision on this ball.
Yeah, it floats. It came up on her. She wanted to pull away, but didn't in time. Her teammates both called it out, hoping that the line judge didn't see the touch. That one will be out.
So Kelsenberg to serve for Wayzata. They are up by 3. Champlin Park took the opening set. Bolter had that one denied. Gilk pushing it over. Oh, it's off that curtain. And Kelsenberg couldn't get there.
Scott Jackson looking at his coaching staff, wondering if they got to get a referendum passed to remove that curtain or what it is. It has been a factor tonight.
Well, and even when it's your home court,
yep,
it's still hard to get.
Oh, absolutely.
And don't get me wrong, this is far from the only gym where you see that happen, too.
Correct.
Olivia Swenson, a swing there. Gilk getting to it. This time Olivia tipping Axness under it to dig it up. And Gilk fires away there. Got it over and then Nister. Nope, back row attack.
That is a judgment call. Let me break it down for everybody. Nister plays that overpass, but she plays it with what they call finger motion. She overhand contacts the ball here, and when she does that, we'll see if, let's stay with it here. That is an overhand play, so when that ball gets attacked, it is a back row attack because the libero cannot set in front of the 10-foot line.
Bolter will get the kill here as Hanlon was coming up toward that ball and couldn't quite play it cleanly enough for it to give her teammate a chance. Champlin Park fighting back, tying this thing up. For a while it looked like, okay, well now it's Wayzata's turn. They're just going to even it up, but nobody told the Rebels that. Olivia Swenson gets Wayzata back on track. It's always fun when you get roughed up because you made a good play by your teammates there.
But I'll be honest with you, it's hard to rough up Olivia Swenson.
Well, that's true, and it was Nister doing it too.
She carries herself well.
And that one put away by Reese from Axness.
Lily Reese quietly having a nice little match here.
Whole line to serve here for Champlin Park. Evened up at 18 here in the second set. Boy, if the Rebels could pull this one out, it would be big. Ooh, that ball was close. But out. Olivia Swenson to serve here. Wayzata leading by 1. Axness will give it to Bolter. That one blocked. One more time, and the second one blocked as well. Kurth. That's a big point for Wayzata.
It's a big point for Wayzata. Good choice to repeat the hitter here. Bolter's got to hit a different shot that second time, though, I think.
Gilk, too long.
And that should get the timeout here. And it will. 18-21. Champlin Park trailing here in set 2. Get everybody back under control, calm down. Good volleyball here. You know, you talked about it. We had an early lead for Wayzata, and they were just going to kind of playing around with it, holding it. And then that overhand dig set call led to a 3-point run for the Rebels to tie it up, and now Wayzata taking control again here, up 21-18. Both teams still pretty calm here in the timeout as I look at both sides. You know, coaches a little animated, which you'd expect to see in a matchup like this, 1 versus 3 towards the tail end. These two have known each other a lot longer than they've been coaching against each other. Off the timeout here, I got to see where, I think Gilk's in the back row. Reese, Bolter, and Axness in the front row. Slide go with Gilk on the Bic would be my call, but we need a pass to take care of it.
Olivia Swenson with the serve. This time Erickson, not as good of a pass. Now the Trojans get an opportunity. Out to Jesuits. Diving try, and they stick with it. But out from Gilk, and it's 22-18.
Love the idea there by Gilk as this right sideline was open. And she catches tape and misses the corner.
Goes short this time. They barely get there. And then Reese with the kill.
Reese in rhythm, back within 3.
Bolter serving. Wow. Great recovery there on a great serve, but then the Rebels unable to connect on the pass there, 23-19.
Keegan Cook, if you're not excited, I don't know what you want, because that set, she might be the only setter I've seen that can make that play happen that well.
Nister to serve here for the Trojans. They're to within 2 points of evening things up. Gilk and Stella Swenson to the floor to get it. Gilk a swing again. Swenson a dig again. Here's Lily Reese firing away. Pushed over by Stella Swenson.
Midas touch for Stella Swenson. Everything she touches turn into gold right now. Set point.
Outside for Gilk, and the Rebels will live to play on here for the moment. Reese to serve here for Champlin Park, but no more margin for error for them right now. Down 24-20. Swenson to Kelsenberg. Ooh, just out. Good hang time there, and a right idea, but just missed.
That's a really good look at the 4. And goes for it. At this point, you gotta.
Out to Jesuits, and she smokes it home. And Wayzata battles back and takes set number 2 to even us up. Same score as the first, but in reverse. Wayzata 25-21.
Yeah, good volleyball again here. Set 2 going the Trojans' way. Some back and forth ball in the middle of the set, but Wayzata holds on to lead, and we're tied at a set apiece.
Third set coming up. It always feels like a key one in the best of 5 when you've split the first 2. Trojans prevail on this point to even it up at 1 set each.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
Look at the Wayzata huddle as the Trojans pulled out that set number 2 win to even things up at 1 apiece. And as we said, 2 of the best teams in the state, no doubt about that. Wayzata comes in number 1. Egan, after beating Champlin Park in the tournament over the weekend, back into the number 2 spot. These teams are kind of taking turns beating each other at the top, with the exception of Wayzata, obviously up to this point, and Maple Grove in there at number 9 as well. And Wayzata fans will have your team on again next week against STMA, who's there at number 10 in the rankings as well. Wayzata in national rankings in at number 13 in USA Today poll. They're number 2 in Region 7. Champlin Park's ranked 4th in Region 7.
Yeah, I was talking with Scott Jackson, and he, of course, poo-pooed it. I've been around the club game for quite some time, and the way his team was playing at the tournament this weekend in Apple Valley, they could probably qualify in the 18 Open Division. I know people will think that's a stretch, but when this team is on, they are just, there isn't a weakness, there isn't a bad spot on the floor, and they're going to do some special things. You know, Champlin Park going to try and put a stop to it, obviously, here. Hoping that the O goes, as they say. But Wayzata, the way they play down the stretch in that second set, proves once again why they are undefeated.
Bolter to serve here for Champlin Park as we are underway in the third. Eva Swenson a swing there. Bolter to the floor to dig it. Overpass push to the outside, but it is wide. Trojans dodge one there a little bit. They get the first point.
Great effort, good floor defense, and a sweep error.
Eva Swenson the serve. Axness coming to Gilk and miss-hit that one a little bit off her fingertips.
Back-to-back attack errors for the Rebels.
Gilk this time will put it away.
Good off speed there. Doesn't bring the entire heat, but finds a way to seam. Yep, seam of the block there, and in front of Olivia Swenson's right foot for the needed side out.
Fair to say Axness is going to keep going to Gilk, even though she's had a kind of an off night in terms of accuracy.
Yeah, what's the basketball saying? You got to shoot your way out of a slump. Similar concept here. If this team is going to pull off the upset, it's going to be because Gilk's left arm carries them there. Not saying Lily Reese having a fantastic offensive night. They can go to Adler, they can go to Bolter, but it's going to come down to Gilk.
Kelsenberg tipping to the outside. Left-hand attack of that second ball by Stella Swenson. And she's able to get the block. Out to Jesuits. Reese dug that one. And then Reese, though, misfiring.
Trojans are winning the long points because the phrase we use in our gym is their ability to snap back, their ability to get back into their base defensive position and move from there every single time. They're so disciplined.
Stella Swenson across to Olivia off the block. She'll go again. Axness with the dump. Agnes maybe doesn't get enough credit for how good a player she is, too.
It's the 7th match I've watched of theirs. That's the first time she's dumped. I might be a little bit biased. I coached her this last club season. We probably spent 7 or 18 hours trying to get her to do it more. That was a really good play.
And indecision there.
Take a look at this one again. In transition, sees Nister falling back on her heels a little bit, knows that that dump is going to be there, and scores it.
Push deep. Jesuits getting there. And a great block thrown up by Adler.
The rebound ability there as Adler went up. We'll see her go up with Swenson and then bounce back up and get up and over for Kelsenberg.
Great block by Stella Swenson. Now Olivia down the line. Bolter digs that. And then put away nicely by Inman.
First time we've called her name tonight, coming up big down the stretch here.
Champlin Park up 6-3. You just have the feeling that they don't find this as any kind of a surprise. And they're a good enough team that that probably was the mentality coming in. I mean, a lot of teams come in probably talking big that they can beat Wayzata, but I think Champlin Park really believes they could.
Well, they did it last year in a regular season match.
Kelsenberg the serve here. And then she gets the dig. Here's Olivia Swenson off hands. Scramble, Inman runs into a teammate, but they get it over. Bolter digging it up. Long point again here. Gilt. That one they're going to try to play the carom but can't do it. Champlin Park up by 3.
Such good vision from the Rebels there as Olivia Swenson hit 3 different balls in 3 different spots. Here we see the ender as Gilt goes cross court and Maddie Dimmler tries to get her hip around it but can't, and then carom off the ceiling and the point for the Rebels.
Gilt misfires on the serve though. Trojans down 2 and they'll get it back. Stella Swenson to serve. Stella will come out to her younger sister Eva. Rebels fight and get it over. Now the other way to the other Swenson, and that one is off the tape.
Long rally, keep going until the whistle gets blown. We might have had a ball handling situation there, but they played through it, and I don't know that that got the block or not. We'll go ahead and credit Hayter Harrelson with it.
I think it actually did. I didn't think so the first time, but I thought the official signaled that it had too, and it looked like it there. There's a dump from way off the net by Stella Swenson.
Trojans getting the side out as Stella Swenson takes care of it herself.
Olivia Swenson to serve here. Her team down by 2, even at 1 set apiece. And that one put away by Lily Reese. She's been quite effective here this evening.
Another great point. Swing out of the middle in serve reception. Lily Reese has answered every time she has been set to.
O-line to serve here. Rebels leading by 3. And that one put away by Kurth. As we said, she's had a number of defensive plays. That time gets an attack.
Yeah, really good move again, returning that set, setting middle out of serve receive and getting her out of that rotation.
Stella will dump again. Now Bolter, Trojans able to stick with it, and Olivia Swenson sends it over. Reese too long with that one, as that was a lot to ask to get to that ball and doing much with it.
Long rally, wide set.
Nister to serve here for Wayzata. And we're even up at 9. Bolter off the block will score it for Champlin Park as they get a much needed side out there, break a little rhythm for the Trojans.
Moisture becoming a factor.
We were talking earlier, it's not hot and humid feeling in here at all, so must be probably from a player.
Yeah.
Trojans having fun dancing to the music a little bit there. They don't appear to be all that worried right now, do they, Andy? I mean,
no, they're pretty calm. They're pretty relaxed. From head coach on down, Scott Jackson doesn't. There was a time in his life where winning and losing meant way more to him than it does now. He's understanding what this high school thing is all about.
Kelsenberg, great hang time there. Stella Swenson patting her on the shoulder. Okay, we didn't really execute that all that well, but you saved the point. Eva Swenson the serve. Yoke off the block. Stella will go across to Jesuits and overran that one a little bit.
Well, misfire there from Jesuits. Not often we've seen her miss like that.
Reese to serve here. Champlin Park leading by a point in the all-important third set here. Each team is 1-1. Stella Swenson coming back to Jesuits. Axness keeps it in, and then Reese swinging. There's a dump to the outside, but wide.
She doesn't miss that often. Good discipline from the Champlin Park block, not going up early. She throws it across.
Come out to Kelsenberg, and she'll get it done again. So Jesuits to serve, her team down by a point. Axness coming out there to Adler. Great save of that ball by Stella Swenson. And then Gilp will get it done.
Those 5 high-level swings defended significantly better. Really good volleyball we're getting to watch here.
Rebels by 2 as Axness serves. And misses it down the line. Kelsenberg serving for Wayzata. Inman will put it away. Jesuits and Kelsenberg kind of overlapping, and both went for it.
Ooh, butter swing there from the freshman going cross court deep.
Gilk continue to have a tough night. Stella Swenson will serve for Wayzata, 14-13. And that one is wide. Axness setting it there for Hayter Harrelson. Axness trying to save that one, and he'll get a little bit of a fortunate bounce, but Hayter Harrelson just tipping.
Ugly but effective.
Caitlin Erickson serving here for Champlin Park. They are up by 1. Olivia Swenson, a big swing. Great dig by Stella Swenson, and now Olivia, another opportunity. Gilk tipping here. Stella Swenson just getting there. And Olivia Swenson, a big swing. That one will be wide.
Great rally again, lots of downhill swinging. Uh-oh. Avery just got poked in the eye or something here. Big, oh wow. Great spin on that one, good location in front of Erickson. Great kill for Olivia.
And Gilk not able to handle that serve. Trojans back in front.
Scott Jackson adamant about something here.
That was in. Bolter backing off it.
Junker going to call a timeout here on a 3-point run from Olivia Swenson from down 14-15 to up 17-15. Trojans doing everything they need to do. Oh, Stella. We look at the Champlin Park huddle there. Stella Swenson grabbed the towel because there was a wet spot she wanted to go fix. Scott Jackson needing to get something out to his team. He sees some sort of, whether it's a open spot or an attack coming this way, he really wants to make sure that they're ready for whatever it is that's coming. And so there we see assistant coach taking over duties as assigned, and Jackson able to get his starters on board with how they're going to serve, block, and counterattack here.
Yeah, you really get the feeling that he felt like this is maybe a real key stretch in the match there. You could just see he was really locked in on these last couple points about things that they're seeing that they have a chance to exploit. Olivia Swenson, see if she's still got it coming out of the timeout here. Reese bombing away. Eva Swenson pushing it over. Ooh, I think that one was going to be out, but Stella played it.
Stella just looked at Eva and said, "Did you touch that?" Eva shook her head, no. I think Stella thought she saw a touch, so she decided to play a ball that, you're right, was going to be out of bounds.
A line to serve here for the Rebels. They're now down 1. They've had the lead for a good chunk of the third set.
Ball handling error called there by our R1, Tim Harlow. When you go into the plane, some refs call that immediately because the ball does have to come to rest for you to bring it back and change momentum like that.
Even at 17. And a kill there for Kurth.
Good rhythm, set, and swing there from Swenson to Kurth. 3 good touches, put them together, earn the side out.
Nister to serve now for Wayzata, up by 1. Bolter did a good job on a ball out wide. That ball was outside the antenna, yep. 19-17.
Jackson, the most animated I've seen him in about a year and a half. This is exciting.
Reese had that one denied. Rebels, though, stick with it. Kelsenberg. Oh, great recovery again. Axness getting it over. And they're not going to do it a third time, though.
Extension, not quite enough of an extension. Great defensive effort there from the Rebels. Beautiful repeat there in transition, going back to the exact same ball and a different swing. Really good choice there from Kelsenberg.
That one's going to be too long from Bolter. And you talked about it earlier, Wayzata playing through points like that, mentally not assuming a point's over and just still getting back into your play. And if Kelsenberg wasn't ready to do that again, that point might have ended different.
Right, absolutely. I mean, we were sitting here not that long ago. Wayzata was trailing 15-14. Now they're up 21-17. Trojans taking the momentum here, and here you see Junker pulling his junior setter, the Ball State commit, having a little one-on-one time with rotation. Can we be calm? Can we be collected? And then figure out where we need to go with the ball.
Might sound kind of odd, but I almost get the feeling Wayzata's players are glad they were getting pushed like this. Like, they, you come out and you try to play well every single night throughout the season, but falling behind is almost like it's, I don't know if they've woken them up, but they're rising to the challenge.
Well, if you would have seen the way the final went on Saturday, they blew the doors off Egan in set one and then got the same kind of push from them in set two. Were down a set point and came back and won it in long. And this is exactly what you need at the end of September, beginning of October to get you ready for the push.
Reese says this one denied by Jesuits.
This is a tough rotation. There's not really a go-to hitter. Tim Harlow telling Avery Jesuit she should probably stay on her side of the net as she ran under to grab the ball to get momentum going here.
Ooh, and Gilk slipped. That one looked awkward. You could tell her foot just went out from under. And
those are the ones that you look at their knee right after it happens here. Ooh. Yeah. Kept her body under. She's a strong kid. We're going to clean that up.
We've seen Wayzata cleaning up several times. And as I mentioned earlier, I mean, it is cool in here. I don't think it does not feel like overly humid night, but.
Right. But they've got the blowers going on, so there must be some sort of condensation coming up.
You don't get the point, but the fact that she's still out there and not, sitting down in a heap, injured is a good feeling there. So Wayzata closing in here in this third set, leading 23-17. And off the ceiling, Erickson, and Reese will get it over. Stella Swenson will come to Eva Swenson with the tip. And that one was wide, and now a set point here for Wayzata.
Bolter not able to get on time here. She's been early, she's been late, she's been in trouble.
Nister has quietly put together a really nice serving run here.
Oh man, it's the announcer's curse. We did it again.
I'm gonna go back and erase that on when it airs again.
In the edit room, I love it. I love it.
Bolter to serve. And put away by the sophomore Eva Swenson. They'll say, well, maybe that was more fun to win it that way anyway. 25-18 Trojans as they close very strong in the third set to go up 2-1.
Yeah, everything going the Trojans' way down the stretch there. Would that have been an 11-3 run to finish set 3? Good finishing presence from the Trojans. On the other side of the net, Rebels going to have to reset, kind of get calm and figure out quicker ways to get out of rotations as they gave up 2 monster runs to end that set.
Well, we'll see if the Trojans will be able to close them out or if Champlin Park can force a fifth. The fourth set is coming up next here. Wayzata now up 2-1.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
Welcome back. The fans certainly getting their money's worth here tonight as Wayzata winning sets 2 and 3 after Champlin Park took the first. Here we go to set number 4, and it will start the way the last one ended with Bianca Nistor at the service line for the Trojans.
Well, Jackson's no dummy. He has his best server starting here.
Axness getting to it. Here's Gilt firing it home. She has not had one of her better nights, but again, they still going to need her to come through here. Reese will serve.
Now they started over at 0. As long as she resets herself, she could go off here.
Kelsenberg missing. And I felt like the end of that last set was really maybe the first time tonight where Champlin Park looked a little out of sorts. I mean, they lost the second set, but I didn't think they played poorly. The third, a little shaky down the stretch.
Absolutely true, Jay.
Kelsenberg will get another opportunity immediately from Stella Swenson and puts that one away.
Good thumb down swing there from Kelsenberg.
Eva Swenson to serve here for the Trojans, now down 2-1. And a little long with that one, 3-1. Axness to the service line here for Champlin Park. Stella Swenson going to attack that ball.
Yeah, right hand never went out. There was no doubt that she was going to swing here. Oh no, I take it back. It did go up for just a little bit, but pulled down in time.
Overpass there, and Olivia Swenson makes them pay.
Disciplined by Olivia, waiting for that one to get into the plane of the net before she threw it down.
Blazowicz with the short floater there. Inman tipping. Come outside to Olivia Swenson, and that one hits the floor.
That's 4-3, but it feels like everything's going Wayzata's way right now. We'll take a look at this one again. Outside set, she drops the hammer, and it's in front of Bolter.
Ooh, that ball's in. Jesuits will get an ace as the Rebels gambled that it was going to be out, and it didn't quite get there.
Take another look here at the end of it. Looked good from here.
Yeah, looked on the line. Gilk cross court, but dug up nicely by Dimler. Stella will come out to Kelsenberg on the slide and able to put it away.
Good rhythm on that slide again. Another kill for Kelsenberg.
Trojans with all the momentum, leading at 6-3. And there's a block, and then the second swing, but missing wide with Stella Swenson.
It's the right idea. That's what you want to do with that quick back over, is put it to the floor as quick as you can. Just missed it.
Gilk to serve here. Her team down by 2. Swenson up for the block there. And again. And Adler blocking Olivia Swenson.
See, block here. Good close. Then right afterwards, Stella and Olivia just asking for a ball to get pushed out a little bit farther. Look for the repeat here.
Adler in the middle, Nister digging that one up. Now Olivia Swenson puts it away. Great shot making there by Olivia.
That ball gets out where she needs it, and she's pretty lethal when it's in rhythm like that.
Kelsenberg at the service line here. Wayzata 7-5 lead. And Axness stayed with it. It looked like some of the Rebels were ready to give up on that point. They'll come to Gilk. Swenson attacking, and then the next one not in the net. Good recovery there. Jesuits, I mean, she was just fighting it off, but she at least had a good platform to be able to keep that ball in play.
It's about manipulation at that point. Sometimes you get beat, but you can still save yourself with good platform angles.
Adler a big swing, but Nimler digs it. Now Jesuits will score it. She's really kind of gotten better and better as the night has went on here. It's become a very key weapon for them. Not that she wasn't before, but I mean, she's done a lot of things at the important times here.
Yeah, last year this team was way more reliant on Swenson to score points. Jesuits doing a really nice job here.
Gilk, that time on target.
When it's in rhythm. Take another look here. Ball takes her to zone 1, and she obliges.
Erickson to serve here for Champlin Park. They are down 9-6, so you get the feeling this is going to be a pretty important stretch here. Do they get back all the way in it, or do they fall further behind? Reese will score that one.
Really nice swing into the corner there. Jackson frustrated with his block, it looked like in that moment.
Stella Swenson coming to Kurth. Uh-oh, that one finds the ceiling, but they stay with it. Here's Olivia Swenson, blocked by Reese.
Now, 3-ball in transition typically fools a block, but the vision from...
It's Bellison actually who got that one, sorry.
That's okay. The vision from the Champlin Park blockers has been on point tonight. Really good vision from them.
Back out to Olivia, not going to get this one.
Olivia takes the seam right in front of Gilk, and she sprays it over the bench of the Rebels.
Here's Stella Swenson on the serve.
Wow.
Cross court from Olivia, but dug up by Bolter. And then Gilk will deliver it. Kill for the Rebels.
Yeah, there you saw Kurth again taking away the approach angle that Gilk had, and Gilk goes thumb up and cuts it the other way.
We'll line to serve here for Champlin Park. And Kurth kind of on the way down on that block, trying to save it, but couldn't do so. We're even at 10.
A little caught in transition. The Swenson sisters trying to switch from left to right weren't able to help.
Kurth getting the set there from Stella Swenson and puts it home.
Good side out swing there from the middle blocker.
Olivia Swenson with the serve here for Wayzata. Gilk waiting for that one to come down. I think she was worried it was going to hit that basketball hoop, but kept her eyes with it and delivered a very well-placed shot.
Yeah, that was out of system enough that Swenson released early thinking it was going to be a free ball. Unfortunately, she didn't tell her sister, so she was stuck in the 6. And that was a great swing and location.
Kurth tipping it over. Way out for Gilk. Did a good job just to get that ball over. This time in a better spot, and it's good. Cross court with that one.
A repeat opportunity there as Gilk got set too wide.
Trojans fans were thinking it might be out, but no go.
Yeah, that fan is 7 feet wide of the sideline, though, so maybe, maybe not.
Service error there will give Wayzata the point here. Now Nister back to serve here in a 12-12 fourth set. Wayzata leading 2-1. Been pretty much as advertised here tonight. Rebels won the first, and Wayzata taking sets 2 and 3. Ooh, too long from Gilk. It was close.
Scott Jackson imploring his team to be stopped as they're all moving at contact. That's a good call. Ball's out of bounds by a few inches.
And then Reese missing. They're asking for a touch, but it does not look like that's the case.
Coach Junker looking at his team, talking to Axness about what's available here.
And just wide for Nister, although she had a pretty good run again for the Trojans here. So 14-13. I didn't say it till after this time.
Oh, right,
Andy,
right. Yeah, that one wasn't you.
Lily Reese to serve for the Rebels. And a serving error there. Eva Swenson to serve now for the Trojans. They are up by 2. And smoked home by Adler.
Yeah, not much you could do about that if you're a Trojan. This is pretty unstoppable. That ball's in the seam. Again, right? A good draw on the middle. That Kelsenberg left a hole, and the lefty Adler took advantage.
Axness at the service line here for Champlin Park. Olivia Swenson will have to send this one over. And that ball's good for Adler, just right on the line, and we're tied up at 15.
Wayzata bench disagreeing with the line judge, but she held her call, 15-15.
Ooh, Axness, a great serve there, and it's an ace. Champlin Park surging back into the lead. Oh, and then a service error for Axness. Didn't have much of that earlier in the match. You wonder, you're starting to get a little fatigue, or maybe just feeling the moment a little bit too much and trying to be too fine. Jesuits turn at the service line here for the Trojans. Gilt down the line, and it's good.
If this Trojan team has an Achilles heel, it is the tip down the line. Those long defenders in the middle back do have a tough time getting to both sidelines, and there we see it score again for the Rebels.
Oh, good recovery by Stella Swenson there on a pass off target. Gilt firing away. Olivia Swenson cross court, but Erickson is there to dig it. Another try for Olivia. This time she'll get it done.
I'm quite sure what Bolter was defending there. Erickson having to cover a lot of court, not able to finish that play off.
Kelsenberg to serve. We're even at 17. Back and forth we go here in this fourth set. And again, some moisture on the court. Here's Gilt hammering that one home, and she seems to have found the range a little bit. Erickson will serve now for Champlin Park.
That's a really good angle right there as we see the ball, like 4 hitters coming through different zones. Great decision there by Axness.
And here's Kurth answering.
Take a look at this last one again. We got B, and then the space in between is where they set Gilk, and then she catches Kurth going the wrong way. Really great defensive or offensive rhythm there.
Stella Swenson to serve. We're even at 18. Here's Reese. Mister fought that one off. Erickson will get it to Bolter down the line. Stella Swenson a dig, but then they can't keep it up as Eva Swenson tried. 19-18 Rebels.
Roll shot down the line. Stella takes this one. Eva goes to the floor, tries to get it off the ground, but can't get enough under it.
Kurth puts that one away.
Hand pass from Nister here leads to a quick set. We can go tempo, tempo, bang, bang, and that is a great spot there. Race to 6.
Olivia Swenson serving here, 19 all. Bolter too long. Just missed. Again, pretty good idea, but didn't quite execute it. Timeout, Champlin Park.
This is where we were in set 3. It was close to this when Wayzata just saw the finish line and sprinted to it. We'll see if they can do it again here in set 4. Scott Jackson pretty happy with his team's side-out ability right now, or at least he should be. Junker going to talk to his team about getting out of this rotation. There we see the assistant coach addressing Bolter directly about what's the shot. And, yep, she's got both the outsides talking to them about what are we going to try and attack, what are we going to try and what space can't they defend? Because as good as this Wayzata team is, just like everybody, there's a part of the court that's open. Can they just find a way to put the ball in it?
Olivia Swenson will serve again out of the timeout here with her team up by 1. Oh, that went off the curtain, but get it over. Out to Eva Swenson and cross court, the sophomore coming through.
They went to her down the stretch in set 4, and they go here again.
Oh, and Olivia Swenson will get the benefit of the bounce here, 22-19.
Sometimes it all goes your way. Everything rolling the Trojans' way right now.
Reese down the line, Nister.
Much needed side out for the Rebels there.
So it'll be Ava Bolter to serve for Champlin Park. Down by 2. And that'll be an ace. A little
Good look
tentative here as they let this one go, and Olivia Swenson caught in a tough spot.
Yeah, I think it's a really good zone to serve to in this rotation as there's a lot of traffic over on that right sideline.
Jesuits a big swing, dug up though by Bolter. And Stella Swenson slipped and fell as she tried to get to that ball. And now we're even up at 22 as again a little bit of moisture. We've seen it on both sides, and she clearly just slipped trying to get to that one.
It's another one. Just the way she fell, it kind of had, you get that lump in your throat a little bit as that's happening there. Take a look here. She's in a good position defensively to dig this ball, but her right foot goes out behind her. Stays on the ground for a second.
So Bolter to serve here. Her team has battled back to tie this one up. Jesuits firing away. Bolter kept it up. They'll send a free ball over here. Back out again to Eva Swenson. Just dug there. But a great block thrown up by the Trojans. Gilk off the antenna. Wayzata back in front.
Good distribution there. That last set goes wide. Gilk tries to swing it back in, and yeah, that ball's just too far out.
And Reese a misfire there. 24-22 Trojans. Timeout, John Yunker.
This will shock nobody. Nister's back at the line here with the match on the line. 22-24. Rebels need a side out and at least one. Hoping to push this one. That's a tough serve. Axness trap sets Lily Reese there, and Kelsenberg eyes it up well. Point to the Trojans. Take another angle here. Never had much of a chance there. We'll see what they come off the timeout with. Can they get Axness dancing on the logo here? Because if they can, she can find Gilk, and we'll see what that one-on-one or if there's a commit block. Trojans are big enough. They don't need to send extra bodies early, but in this situation, there may be a commit block situation with Eva and Kelsenberg, letting Jesuits take care of Axness and Lily Reese. We'll see.
Nister the serve.
Straight up blocking.
Gilk chipping home, and the Rebels fight back. Lily Reese to serve now for Champlin Park. And into the net, and Wayzata will win it on that service error as they pull it out 25-23 in the fourth. What a great match here, Andy. I mean, obviously, again, it could be a preview of playoff time, but for regular season, that's about as good as it gets.
Absolutely. 21-25, 25-21, 25-17, 25-23. Fans got everything they paid for tonight. Scott Jackson very proud of his Wayzata Trojans as they pull it off in 4 sets. On the other side of the net, you know, if I'm the Rebels, I'm not mad at all with how we played. There was a stretch in set 3 that maybe we wish we had back, but they put everything out there the entire match. Good match going forward. One of these teams better go to the state tournament.
We'll take a timeout, come back and hear from the Trojans in a moment as Wayzata stays undefeated with a 4-set win over Champlin Park.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
Welcome back to Wayzata. A 4-set win for the Trojans tonight over Champlin Park as they stay undefeated, and we're joined by a couple of the seniors that helped to get it done. Bianca Nisser, how much fun was this match here tonight?
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. This is always a good rivalry match that we look forward to, so it's really fun to get on the court, and it's nice to come out with a win too.
They took that first set. What did you guys talk about in the huddle between sets there to kind of get refocused?
Yeah, we just talked about making less mistakes because honestly, we lost that set because of our mistakes. It was nothing they did, so we just needed to focus on our side and control the controllables.
Is this the type of challenge that your team needs at this time of the season too?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we saw them earlier at a tournament, and it was nice to come out of that with a win as well. But I think it's good that we see them before the section final. So
it just seemed to happen tonight that every key stretch where you were at the service line, was that just coincidence or was it something that you guys were exploiting?
I think it was just a coincidence. I don't really know.
Great match here tonight. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah.
And Avery Jesuits coming up with some big offensive plays here tonight. How special of an evening is this with all the great crowd on hand and just 2 great teams?
I mean, it's really special. I love playing competitive teams like that. They really showed up, and the fact that we're blessed to have all these people here watching, it's just such a fun experience, and I'm so grateful for it.
Obviously not that many teams can really push your team, but tonight it felt like it was. I mean, is that a good thing though overall?
It's a great thing. I mean, that's what makes us better, is fighting against those really competitive teams, and I personally love playing teams like that where they just fight and fight and fight, and we, it's nice to when they push back on us a little bit.
You came off the tournament win too, and from what I heard, your team played really well down there. Was that also a good stepping stone too?
That was a really good stepping stone. We had some games that I think that's the best we've ever played, was how we performed this weekend in Apple Valley, and that was a great milestone for us. Our energy was great, our defense was great, so it was a really good growing point for us.
There's still some season to go, but chances are pretty good you'll be seeing Champlin Park again when you get to section time. How much do you look forward to the playoffs, but also try not to look too hard forward right now?
I mean, we're obviously staying in the moment, but I know we all kind of have in the back of our minds that that's probably who we'll see. So it's just getting 1% better every day, not getting lost in the end game and kind of staying focused on the process and just keep improving until we get to that point.
Avery, thanks for joining us, and great job here tonight.
Thank you so much.
All right, Avery Jesuits helping Wayzata to the win here as the Trojans, still number 1, still undefeated. They go to 18-0. Champlin Park really gave them a battle, but the Rebels will fall here tonight for the 4th time this season, 2nd time losing to Wayzata. And again, pretty likely we'll see these two again going head-to-head in the Section 5 4A tournament. That'll do it for our coverage tonight here from Wayzata High School. For Andy Gugasberg and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. It's Wayzata over Champlin Park in 4 sets.